I am Liz Loadholt, your instructor for this course. We are going to look at the grounds for discipline, which is found in Article 7. It's Chapter 4057, 710A. There are actually 29 items listed for which a licensee can be disciplined. We're going to take a look at each one of them. Number 1 is misrepresentation on the application. That is, if you put something on your application for your license that's not true. Who would do that? Number 2, misrepresentation about a transaction that you're involved in. Number 3, making false promises that are likely to influence or persuade or induce. Number 4, pursues a continued and flagrant course of misrepresentations or makes false and misleading promises through any medium of advertising or otherwise. Number 5, in the practice of real estate, demonstrates bad faith, dishonesty, untrustworthiness, or incompetency in a manner as to endanger the interest of the public. Number 6, represents a real estate broker other than the broker in charge with whom they are licensed or the property management in charge with whom they are licensed. Number 7, guarantees of future profits. Number 8, makes a set of dual contracts, written or otherwise, by setting a sales price other than the actual sales price. I know no one would do that. Number 9, conviction of certain crimes. If you're convicted of violating the federal and state fair housing laws, forgery, embezzlement, breach of trust, larceny, obtaining money or property under false pretense, extortion, fraud, conspiracy to defraud, or has been convicted of a felony sex-related, felony drug-related, felony real estate-related, felony financial, felony violent offense, or pleading guilty or no contender to such an offense in a court of competent jurisdiction of the state, another state, or a federal court. Number 10, failure to report to the Commission in writing by certified mail within 10 days notice of conviction of a crime that we just talked about in number 9. Number 11, fails within a reasonable time to account for and remit trust funds coming into his possession which belongs to others, accounting for the trust funds. Number 12, pays commissions to an unlicensed person. If you pay a commission, a compensation to an unlicensed individual for activities requiring a license, a licensee may not pay or offer to pay a referral fee or a finder's fee to an unlicensed individual who is not a party in the real estate sales or rental transaction. Number 13, violates a provision of law that relates to the freedom of the buyer or seller to choose an attorney, insurance agent, a title insurance agent, or another service provider to facilitate the real estate transaction. You have to be careful about that one. 14, fails to disclose in accordance with the section the party or parties for whom the licensee will be acting as an agent in the real estate transaction, so failing to disclose agency. 15, undisclosed compensation. If you receive compensation in a real estate transaction or directly resulting from a real estate transaction from more than one party, except with a full knowledge and written disclosure to all parties. So if you receive compensation from more than one party, you must have written disclosure from all parties. 16, undisclosed dual agency. If you represent more than one party in a real estate transaction without the full written knowledge and consent of all parties. Reason for discipline. 17, if you act of an undisclosed principal in a real estate transaction. If you are buying or selling for yourself, you must disclose for yourself on the front page of a contract in bold letters. 18, failure to disclose the escrow agent. And I see this a good bit. If you accept deposit money, which is to be delivered to the licensee's principal in a real estate transaction, without informing the payer and having the payer's knowledge in writing who will hold the money received by the licensee, So you must disclose who is going to be holding the earnest money. 19. Issues a check in connection with his real estate business which is returned for insufficient funds or either has a closed account. 20. Failure to disclose a material fact. If you fail to disclose a known material fact concerning a real estate transaction. 21. Violates any provision of this chapter. 22. Violates a rule of the commission, any rule of the commission. 23. Knowingly gives false information to an investigator by the commission. 24. Acting against agency relationship. If you engage in a practice or take action inconsistent with the agency relationship that other real estate licensees have established with their clients. 25. Failing to make all records available to the commission. You need to make all your records maintained under this chapter available to the commission for inspection and copying by the commission upon request of an investigator from the commission. If you fail to appear for an interview with an investigator of the commission without due cause or provides false information upon direct inquiry by the investigator. 26. Submitting all offers and counteroffers. You need to promptly submit all offers and counteroffers in a real estate transaction. 27. Failing to provide current contact information to the commission. The Real Estate Commission is entitled and needs to know all the time your current contact information. 28. Delaying closing for commission. We cannot do that. If you allow or create an unreasonable delay in the closing of a transaction or acts in a manner which causes failure or termination of a transaction due solely to dispute among the licensees concerning division of a commission, you cannot postpone or put off a closing because you don't agree about the commission that's being paid. 29. Fail to disclose any civil judgments brought on grounds of fraud, misrepresentation, or deceit. So these are the 29 different ways the Real Estate Commission can find reasons to discipline you. So just pay attention and always do the right thing, and then there'll be no problems, right? There will be a test after you go back to the course.